From LALATE headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons LALATE.
It's a big afternoon of Afternoons LALATE. The horses are to the races, and so is your fourth stimulus check. I have the big update about your fourth stimulus check of 2021 in this recording. That's that monthly stimulus check you're going to get starting in the month of July. I'm going to go over all the details for you in this recording. How much, how do you get it, who gets it, and when do you get it? Then we turn to fifth stimulus, the big money under the fifth stimulus package. The big money that will revise the SSI program, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad Benefits, and veterans, and give you big money. Big money you haven't gotten before, it's now coming. Then I cut back to the big items of four stimulus that have yet to be included, but you should push to include them because they're set to expire. Meantime, a series of items of third stimulus are going live in the next few days, and some went live yesterday. And what happened today with them as well? I have all that details as well. A big breaking news day across the board. I'm excited you're here. Let's get to it. This is Afternoons LALATE. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's a Sunday afternoon, and the horses are off to the races, and so is your fourth stimulus check. That is the single biggest payout you've ever going to get in the history of this channel, and in this recording, I'm going to go over how much you're going to get, when you're going to get it, and how you're going to get it. I'm so excited you joined me. But first, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do. It's the fastest growing, the most accurate, and the most informative financial news channel there is online. Also, like this video. And if you've not become a member of this channel, now over 1 year old in just a few days, 400,000 subscribers, please do. Fastest growing financial news channel of its kind online. And with that, let's get to the breaking developing details. This Saturday afternoon, your monthly stimulus check under the fourth stimulus package is heating up. And that fourth stimulus check would be the most impressive payment you've ever received from the federal government since this pandemic started. Let me go over who gets it, starting off right off the bat. If you make less than $75,000, this is you, household or four or less. This is you. And if you're on SSDI, SSI, Social Security, and Railroad Benefits, this is you. How many months of stimulus checks will you get? It depends if you're looking at the Senate plan or the House plan. The House plan provides you a stimulus check for the 6 more months, if there's 6 more months left of the pandemic, plus 1 year. The House plan is pandemic plus 1 year. The Senate plan is from now to December. The House members are progressives, the senators are more moderates, and then the monthly amount of the checks is slightly different. The House members have written that they're going to provide $2,000 for the first month, $1,000 thereafter, where the senators have not put in writing how much they're going to provide, but word on the street is it's going to look like this. $2,000 a month over 6 months, $12,000, or $1,400 a month over 6 months, $8,400. Yes, this is the amount for just one person. Married couple, double it. Single individual, adult dependent, single individual, anything like that, so be it. Family of 4, quadruple it, and away we go. When would you get it? How are you going to get it? All those details coming up right now. If you are waiting and wondering when and how, the details are the following. Leader Schumer and Speaker Pelosi confirmed the vote will be no later than July 4th. That means that you're going to get the July month check in the month of July. Yes, in the month of July. You're not going to get stimulus checks in waves, and they're not going to come 5 months later because these are monthly stimulus checks. They got to come in the same month in which they're issued. July and July, August and August. It's not a taxable event. It's not a payment of income, and it does not trigger anything that disqualifies you for benefits. The 4 stimulus checks are add-ons from congressional leaders. Senators and House members have put in writing, they're putting it into the 4th stimulus package, which they're also writing. The 4th stimulus package goes a 2-step process called a reconciliation, and that 2-step process starts in the month of May and takes 2 months to do. The add-on is the stimulus check, and they're adding it to the infrastructure, the road, the climates, the water across the board. That's your fourth stimulus check update for 2021 of today. Your fifth stimulus check update for 2021 today is very similar. The fifth stimulus package heats up in September. It's a 2-month process. It also goes by recon, and it gets done in 2 months. That add-on to the fifth stimulus package is not stimulus checks, but SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and veterans benefits reform. And how much money? When do you get it? That's coming up in the second half of this recording. But even though it's Saturday, there's a lot of other moolah going live. And I don't just mean at the horse races. There's a lot more other money going live, and it went live yesterday, and there's a lot more money going live next week. What is it? It's third stimulus items. Now, remember, if you're a new viewer to this channel, you've never heard this before. But if you're not, you have. Remember, the third stimulus package law provides almost all individuals of this channel who make less than $75,000 about $10,000 to $15,000 of benefits. What are these benefits? In addition to the stimulus check, there is rent, there is utilities, there is homeowners assistance, and there is SNAP. We had a show on this channel for several weeks called Purple, brought back again a few weeks ago. And Purple details of the money you get. While this is not a Purple broadcast, I want to make very clear to you that the rent, the utilities, the homeowners assistance, and the homeowners money is going live next week. Wow. This is third stimulus money for that. There was second stimulus money for that, and that's running out. But now they're starting to use the third stimulus. It starts in the month of May. Exciting, great news. So go get it. It brings you up to about $10,000 to $15,000. And yes, if you make less than $75,000, this is you. If you're on SSI or SDI, go get it. Also, go get the restaurant grant. Went live yesterday at sba.gov, not just for restaurants. And the shuttered venue grant went live the day before, not just for shutters and not just for venues. Go get that at sba.gov. And when do I think, but guess, purely a guess, think that's going to go live next week? The EIDL $5,000 grant. I just sense it will be. So those are your third stimulus items that are just starting to land. Exciting, great news across the board. Now, with that exciting news is also other items that's starting to pay you out from the third stimulus package starting next week. But it's important for you to understand how much money you're getting and how do you get it and if it's automatic or not. The first one is the refund check from IRS. How much does it work, and what is it? This is what it is. If you filed a 2020 tax return already, only if you did, and you paid for taxes on your unemployment, then they're returning the part of the tax bill you paid for that unemployment. Here's an example. If you had $10,000 of unemployment last year, you paid $200 of taxes on it, and the remainder of your tax bill, you paid $3,000 because you had other things that are going on in your life. How much money you gain back? You're getting $200 next week. That is what IRS is returning. That portion of the tax bill that you paid on unemployment. You're not getting $10,200 back for the unemployment department from IRS. That's just not true. You're also not getting your full tax payment back. That's also untrue. But that's what some other YouTube channels are saying, and it's categorically untrue. Also important is that the money for the children starts to come out in July, but May, just a few days away from now, is the day in which you need to tee it up to get that information on file. What is it? Your personal tax return for 2020 is due in just a few days from now in May. So who has to do something? If you have never filed a tax return, you're not getting this money for the child. They don't know the child exists. Second, if you do file tax returns but haven't declared the child, you need to file a tax return and declare the child. Fix both of these things to ensure you get the $3,600 or $3,000 starting the month of July. Student loan debt forgiveness remained one of the big issues of discussion this last week as people wondered where was Miguel Cardona's letter that was due nearly now 3 weeks ago. The president had dispatched Miguel Cardona, his education secretary, to prepare a deal memo about the ability of the president to forgive student loan debt by executive order. The memo has not been produced. He was given 2 weeks to do it, and now he's passed those 2 weeks, and now 3 weeks after that. There actually is a new report out today, and I don't know where these reports come from. They're just sort of talking heads, people with opinions. It's not facts, it's opinions. But the person who wrote the article on Politico says the opinion is that, I believe it was Political. Well, I correct myself. Maybe it was not. The person who wrote the opinion piece said that Biden will forgive the $50,000 student loan debt and will announce it in July. July? Why July? There was absolutely no clarity to the article why it's July. I want you to know these articles are out there and just sort of laugh them off. There's just, why are we waiting to July? There's no reason to wait to July for student loan debt forgiveness. So that is that item. Now, also making incredible, interesting news is the items from third stimulus, second stimulus, and first stimulus that are set to expire and are not coming back. So if you hear these items say, oh my goodness, are they expiring? Then you need to go on social media, share this video on social media, push your elected officials. And boy, there's a lot of them not coming back. Here's what you need to know to start, is that in July, Congress goes on recess. And they're not back to September. And these items expire by then. So their opportunity to extend them is in July. If you're with me last year, you know, do not let things expire because they don't reactivate them. Hashtag FPUC Retro. You don't want FPUC Retro 2.0. You don't want this one to expire. And then they say, oh, we'll bring it back in November. And then you're like, well, where's July to November? You know, whatever. So you don't want that to happen again. So is FPUC expiring? Yeah. All the unemployment benefits are expiring. PEUC, established in March of last year. FPUC, established in March of last year. And PUA, all expiring. PUC, PUA, and FPUC, all expiring. Make the push to get reactivated. Then also making news is the expiration of all the rent stuff. So the rent, utilities, homeowners assistance, utilities, all those items, mortgage forbearance, eviction moratorium, all expiring. And then finally the business stuff. Really surprising. We're reopening the American economy and we're expiring the EIDL grant, the PPP grant, the shuttered venue, and the restaurant grant. They're all going away. So you need to get these money now and push to get them extended. If you need help finding it or where it is, here's a little bit about the community page. I'll be back in 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues in just 2 hours from now with Evenings LALATE. Boy, that is a big broadcast. Tonight's Evenings LALATE will go into incredible detail about what's in the fifth stimulus package and also the SSI reform across the board. Then 2 hours after that is LA Late Night, your irreverent, humor-only broadcast with Javita Late and Sir Loin. Meantime, if you missed any recordings today because you're out and about on a Saturday, they're now archived on the channel. So go back and watch the mornings LA, noontime, and early mornings shows currently on the channel. And if you've not subscribed, boy, today is the day to subscribe. Fastest growing channel of its kind. I want you to be part of the family. It's a great family here. So make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right now. I'm looking out for you, ensuring you get all the money you're entitled to. Also, like this video. Let's try to do 3,000 likes. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Casino VIP. Well, fifth stimulus heats up in September, and it goes the same way the fourth stimulus goes. Reconciliation process. A 2-month process that involves 2 bills, House to Senate President, House to Senate President. They write it, he doesn't write it, meaning Congress writes it, the president doesn't write it, and they'll add things on. The add-ons for the fourth stimulus package are the monthly stimulus checks, and the add-on for the fifth stimulus package is the SSI reform. The SSI reform is what these congressional leaders will put into the fifth stimulus package. What is it? Let's go over all the details. First, they increase your benefit levels. Then they're going to increase the asset limits. Then they're going to remove the inflationary. Then they're going to add the inflationary benchmark, remove the income exclusion, and remove the marriage penalty. A couple of things to start off the bat to say with you, because I've seen these questions. Let me answer it on camera. Who? So first, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, SSAs, and survivor benefits. Yes. So if you have a spouse that's deceased and you receive Social Security, this is you. Number 2, what if you have multiple benefits? Yep, all your benefits increase. Number 3, people have asked, well, will it hurt something else? Please don't post that. These are congressional leaders who know the system better than you. They are not out to hurt you. They're not out to improve one part of the system and hurt something else. They're not going to hurt Medicare or Medicaid, and they're not going to hurt SNAP. They're not going to increase benefits to just turn your hair green. They're not going to do that. They're here to help you, and I am too. So let's start with the benefits. First, they're going to increase everyone's benefits to a big new number. That big new number will be increased across the board, and that will be a new number going forward. Then they will tie your benefits to inflation. So your benefits will go up every year based upon the inflationary rate. The inflation is a reflection of what the economy is doing. Eggs, milk, gasoline goes up, inflation goes up. The inflationary rate for the next few years is 2 to 4%, analysts believe. I agree. So that means your benefits will go up annually. Remember, your benefits never go down. They either stay the same or go up. And then you're going to wonder, well, what happens if inflation goes to the roof? Then if inflation goes to the roof, your benefits go through the roof. Next, they are going to remove the asset cap that some of you have. It's a 1984 rule that says you can't keep more than $3,000 on hand per person. Gone for that one. Scratch it off the list. And then the income cap that some of you who want to work can't. They're going to scratch that one off the list. It's a 1962 rule, and they're going to allow you to work. So if you want to work, you can work. $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $12,000 a year, $24,000 a year. They are going to let you work and take home that moolah. And finally, boy, the marriage penalty. They're getting rid of it. To which some people who are single keep on asking me, what's the marriage penalty? If you're suffering from the marriage penalty, then you know what the marriage penalty is. They're getting rid of it. And then some people said, oh, I'm about to get married, so does that mean I'm not going to get the benefit of this? No. What I'm describing in these videos is what's going to become a law. So when they get rid of something, it means it's gone. It doesn't mean it comes back for some people, or that it's gone by grandfathering or delayed for some people, for not other people. It's gone. So the marriage penalty would be gone. And so it would never exist for anyone. That's what gone means, at least on the show. So that is fifth stimulus, to which you may ask, when are we getting fifth stimulus? And you may ask other questions as well. I'm going to answer those as well. So when would we get fifth stimulus? This is going to be the add-on to the fifth stimulus package in the fall. Starts in September, 2-month recon, done by November. You would likely see the benefits in your account. The SSI benefits you would see in your account. Now, here is some of the incorrect stuff that is out there in the universe. YouTube channels and print and just stuff that's just false. The $200 a month of SSI and SSDI was a COVID-only idea from Elizabeth Warren to get you through the pandemic. $200 a month on top of your benefits for the remainder of the COVID period. If there's only 6 months left of COVID, it's $1,200. Guess what? They're looking to give you $1,400 to $2,000 monthly stimulus checks. So that's dwarfing the remainder of this year. Second, when we're talking about raising your benefits across the board, we're not talking about 6 months of benefits or a year of benefits. We're talking about a lifetime. So the SS200 is literally nowhere spoken about anywhere. But what is spoken about is money that comes into your pocket, which is the multiple stimulus checks of the fourth stimulus package. A lot of money, $8,000 to $14,000. Would you rather have $12,000 or $1,200? I think you'd rather have the $14,000. Second, you would also get this new benefits reform. And finally, the most important thing, which is very important, that's my purpose here, is that the fifth stimulus package has a lot of stuff in it. And what has happened is that the President of the United States chose to call the fifth stimulus package the American Family Plan, to which some viewers who are single think there's nothing in there for them because they're not family people. Or they think that it's just for children and schools, and you're a senior. Well, I'm not going to school anymore. So that is where the president has made the message confusing, and I'm here to clarify it for you. First, under the fourth stimulus package, currently, all we know of items going to people are the stimulus checks. Could they add in all the stuff we talked about earlier in this recording, the unemployment assistance, the business assistance, and the homeowners and the renters assistance, which would help every viewer of this channel? Absolutely, they could still add it in there. Could they? Would they? We'll see. Remember, it's a 2-day event during the vote-a-rama. The final 2 days of the event, when it gets to the month of July into the Senate, that's when they can slide in all this other stuff. So don't think that because it's infrastructure, roads, bridges, and climate, that there will be nothing beyond that for you personally under the fourth stimulus package. They're not done. That's what the president wants. They can add stuff. Do you think Bernie Sanders is going to try to do $15 minimum wage add-on into the fourth stimulus package? Of course he is. Do you think Ron Wyden's going to try to slide in, here's $6,000 for single independent contractors, the PUA replacement? Of course he is. And do you think Leader Schumer, Speaker Pelosi, are going to slide stuff in? Absolutely. That's what they do. So ultimately, if you want stuff to slide in, you make the push to slide it in there. Now let's go to fifth stimulus. Fifth stimulus has a lot of items that are not just for children. So on Evenings LA tonight, I'll go through everything, especially the items for children. But what I want to go through now is the items not for children. And I'm going to detail them for you right now. First, there is paid family and medical leave. This is for single individuals. This is for anyone who works that has to stay home because of an event. You can get up to 12 weeks of paid leave. Incredible great news. So if you have a family member who dies, you can get up to 12 weeks of bereavement paid leave. Next, there is the extension of the third stimulus package law to add to lower health insurance premiums for those who buy coverage on their own. This is sort of that Obamacare provision from the third stimulus package. Guess what? That's for everyone. It's literally for everyone who's below an income level. They're trying to make that permanent law under the fifth stimulus package. And then the other items that help single individuals, and they are the earned income tax credit, the hazard pay. So let me go over what that item is right now. Before COVID, there was a provision called the earned income tax credit on the books. Paid you some money if you did certain things as an essential worker. Well, the third stimulus package modified the amounts, growing the amount and increasing the eligibility, to which it now reads under third stimulus law. If you're 19 years or older and made less than $25,000 a year, you can get a $1,504 earned income tax credit. So what does fifth stimulus want to do with that third stimulus law? Make it permanent. I love it, but I think it needs to go bigger and bolder. I've heard from you and you've said, well, I made $30,000 a year. Why am I not getting anything? And why is it only $1,504? I agree. So I would change both of the numbers. I would keep the 19 years or older. I would keep that it's essential worker work, hazard pay. And then I would raise the qualifications to people more than $25,000. Let's do, $40,000. And then increase the amount of money as well. It's a tax credit. It's not a check. It's a tax credit. Give people more money for their tax credits. Simple, easy, breezy across the board. And with that, let me go over something which I've not done in a while, which explains money for you now, money for you coming, and money for you pending under fourth and fifth stimulus package for different types of people for walks of life. Remember, when before third stimulus became law, I made 1,000 videos telling you, look at all this money you're going to get in addition to a stimulus check. I think a lot of people have forgotten that money. I really do. I think a lot of people have just sought stimulus check. Okay, when's the next stimulus check? You're just jumping from stimulus check to stimulus check. Don't do that. Get the money in between. So let me go over all the money you can get right now, and then the money you can get thereafter. Walk of life one at a time. First, if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad Benefits of Veterans, you don't have a lot of income, you don't work, and you don't have a lot of money on hand. What can you get? Under third stimulus, you can get SNAP, rent, if you have a home, homeowners assistance, and homeowners utilities. That's a lot of money. It's upwards sometimes between anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 of money over a year, if not higher. That's money available for you under third stimulus, and most of it's going live next week. Under fourth stimulus, that same group of people, what are you going to get? You're going to get a stimulus check. And then on the fifth stimulus package, what is that same group going to get? The SSI reform, and then you're also going to get the lower medical premiums. All right, let's go to single workers. What do single workers get? Meaning you're not a married person. You don't have children. So under third stimulus, you can go get an EIDL loan now, PPP grant, shuttered venue grant, or restaurant grant, depending on what you are. Fourth stimulus, you're going to get stimulus checks. And then fifth stimulus, you're going to get the potentially, if you work as essential worker, you're going to get the earned income tax credit. Also, if you have anything like bereavement or a stalker or a relative is sick or anything like that, you'll get up to 12 weeks of paid sick leave. A lot of great stuff across the board. And I think I'm probably leaving out, I'm probably forgetting something as well. Oh, for those single people who work, you get everything for the SSI people on top of that. All right, then finally for the for the parents, boy, you are just getting stuff left and right. First, you're getting that money for the children starting this July. Then also in July, you're getting their stimulus checks. Remember, up to a household of 4, the multiple stimulus checks pay out. Then in the fifth stimulus package, you're just getting all this big moolah across the board. So a lot of stuff for everyone. You hopefully have seen in this recording that there's money for all different types of walks of life in the third, the fourth, and the fifth stimulus package. You've also understood that along the way, there's a lot of people posting false YouTube videos, confusing people, saying, for example, the following false statements in the last 7 days of videos. One person posted a video said, Representative Talil in the House of Representatives proposes to give you a stimulus check for just the remainder of the pandemic. Nope. Her bill was detailed on this channel on Evenings LA Tonight. You're going to see it. She proposes a stimulus check for the pandemic plus 1 year. Another person ran Elizabeth Warren's statements about SS200 from last year and said there's talk about it now. There's no talk about anything. Third, a person ran a story claiming you can get $10,200 of IRS money. Also untrue. And finally, there have been sort of these stories that sort of take something that was once a bill in 2020 and say that it's getting traction again. Let me make something very clear, folks. When a bill is introduced in a congressional session, it expires if it's not called for a vote. They don't last from session to session thereafter. So if you see anyone ever quote a bill to you from 1999, it's dead. If you see me quoting you a bill in June, understand it's going to die in July because that's the end of the Senate session. And then in the fall, it starts anew. People talking about things. Who cares about people talking about things? We care about people pushing for things, writing letters, advocating for things, appearing on broadcast news and saying, this is what I'm going to be doing, this is how I'm going to be doing it, and this is how much I'm going to be giving you. And ultimately, you need to do the same thing because we don't just talk here, we walk. So make the push if you think that unemployment assistance, business assistance, and also rent assistance needs to be continued under the fourth stimulus package where it currently is not at the moment. And stay with me because the excitement continues in just 2 hours from now. I'm really excited for you. I might lean on a wall. Well, no, I won't. Meatless taco? Well, I don't know. Depends on my mood. The excitement continues on Evenings LA in 2 hours from now, followed by a late night thereafter. Our Reverend Show with Javita Late and Sirloin. I hope to see you. And ultimately, if you missed any of the videos throughout the day because you're out and about on a Saturday, go back and watch them. Remember, give this channel views, give it smiles, and I'll give it right back to you. This is a great community. And one thing I ask is that if you're a newbie, say, hi, I'm a newbie. And if you see a newbie, a new face, be inviting and welcome them to this community. And with that, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video if you're in the live chat or watching a tape. Make sure you like and subscribe. And finally, if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused. Have a great afternoon. I'll see you in a little bit. Oh, I'm in the live chat. And stay with LA for more.